Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red to Chatter, the show about everything Star Wars. This is episode 49 of this show.
Creeping up on 50.
One more. The next one is 50. It's going to be...
Hopefully we'll have the new Han Solo trailer to talk about next week.
Hopefully. That'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
That'd be a nice little 50th special, I guess.
Yeah.
So, today we don't have that many topics, but I guess we do have some theories that we want to jump around.
We can do that at the end, though.
Okay.
So go ahead and get to the news.
This one is Solo's opening weekend predictions rival Rogue One's.
I think it'll do about as what Rogue One did.
I think so.
Because Rogue One had a lot of controversy around it, too, when it first came out.
Right.
Like, oh, they had to reshoot a whole bunch of scenes, blah, 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 same kind of stuff. And then when it came out, people loved it. Every time I watch Rogue One, I like it even more.
Yeah, same here. I love that movie. And you know what? Of every single Star Wars movie out there, Rogue One, for me, is the easiest one to just put in and watch from beginning to end and not have to, put in another one.
Yeah.
You know, I watch Force Awakens, and then now I want to put in Last Jedi. I watch A New Hope, and then I immediately want to put in Empire Strikes Back. And then
I wonder why that is. You don't. Maybe it's because it's not the same characters.
I think it's not because it's not the same characters.
It's like Pringles, so once you pop, you can't stop.
But for me, Rogue One is one I can just. I want to watch a movie tonight. What am I? Oh, I'll watch Rogue One.
Yeah, I watched it maybe a week ago just because I was I work nights, so I'm in the middle of the night. I'm like, what's on Netflix? Well, Rogue One.
Right, so
pop it on and watch it.
That's what I like about that movie, and I think this Han Solo movie could be the same way. It could be a nice, just throw it in the Blu-ray or get it off your digital download and just start playing it.
Yeah,
and you could just watch it without
needing
to I want to see Empire Strikes Back now. I just watched New Hope.
It's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, because with the other movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you want to watch another one right after you watch one. And Guardians of the Galaxy is one that you can just kind of go, alright, pop that in.
It's over.
Yep.
Right, because it takes place in such a different place.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely
Avengers movies.
One of the reasons why Rogue One is so easy to watch.
But I also think the main reason is you just don't have that continuous story with the same characters.
Right, you begin with the characters and you end
with the characters.
Yeah.
And there is an end.
Yeah, there's an end.
Right.
Not just a... Well, there's an end to A New Hope too, but then that there's Empire Strikes Back, so and it's the same characters.
Right. So you just want to keep watching.
I agree with you. What's next? Then?
Well, I was going to just say the predictions for how much it's going to make. So the Box Office Pro estimates Peg Solo for $150 million over its first 3 days, which is slightly below that of Rogue One. Pulled in back in December 2016.
That's like a horribly written.
Yeah, I know.
That's probably a better way to phrase that.
Was English not their first language? Then we have the outlet predicts the spinoff will end with a U.S. total of $390 million, though they say it could get as high as $475 million, depending on how things turn out. Unlike the other Star Wars films of Lucasfilm's Disney era, Solo faces stiff competition from the likes of Deadpool 2 and Incredibles 2.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the time period it's coming out, there's a lot more competition, so I'm expecting it to do probably a little bit less than Rogue One. When it comes out in December, overall, because we come out in December, there's not much competition, so what are we going to go watch? Well, there's the Star Wars movie, okay.
Right.
When you're competing with 20 other friggin' movies.
The beginning of the summer kickoff movies. The big tentpole blockbuster movies.
Yeah, well, even what's it called? Those first, right? Infinity Wars.
Yeah, that comes out what?
April.
3 weeks before, so that one will be towards the end of its run.
But still,
before
I'm the kind of person that goes to that one later on. I don't go to Marvel movies the opening day. I'll go to the Marvel movies 2 or 3 weeks later.
Yeah,
when the crowds die down.
I usually try to go opening weekend or at least the week after. Weekend.
Opening week. Yeah.
Right. Well, it opens on a Thursday. I like to try to go maybe that Tuesday or Wednesday after that.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of people in the theater, but it's not overcrowded and it's fairly easy to get tickets for a matinee.
Yeah.
I bet it makes close to $1 billion though over the whole worldwide. through its complete run, I bet you Solo will make close to a... Because didn't Rogue One make like 1.2 or 1.3?
I don't remember what Rogue One...
I think it did, yeah.
Total made.
I think it was in... It was over $1 billion.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, when we're
I
talking
our extra... slightly under.
Wasn't Rogue One...
When we do our extra chatter, Dallin can look it up.
Wasn't Rogue One the one that the stupid newscasters were saying that it was a dying franchise?
Yes. Because it only made like... I can't remember if it was that one or Force Awakens. No, it was...
I'm pretty sure it was Rogue One.
I think it was Rogue One, yeah. I was watching some newscast. Somebody was like, is this a dying franchise? And I'm like, dude, the show made like $1 billion. How is it a dying franchise? Right. Most movies don't make $1 billion. 99% of them don't.
Yeah,
it's a rare...
It's a 1%. Rare club to be in. Yeah. And the $2 billion club's even rarer.
Yeah, and that's what Force Awakens and...
Right,
did The Last Jedi make it to 2?
No.
Was it 1 point something?
Yeah, it didn't make it there. And nobody expected it to, really. I mean,
the middle movie never does.
Nope.
The middle movie's always the least watched.
I can guarantee you the third movie, though, is going to be pretty high up there.
It'll be big because it's the conclusion movie, so a lot of people want to go, okay, how are they going to end this?
Right.
Of everything. In that whole entire saga, it's going to be the...
For now.
Supposedly.
10 years from now, they could get Boyega and Daisy Ridley and all those characters back and do a handoff like they've done this past. I mean, who knows what they'll do.
Yeah.
You never know.
Right.
All right, what's our next topic?
Ron Howard shares Solo behind-the-scenes glimpses, confirms new trailer is coming. So we have this little picture right here. It says, we are well into final sound mix, a little ahead of schedule and feeling good, getting eager to share, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And then he says on Instagram, mixing at legendary Skywalker Ranch, exciting to see and hear Solo really coming together. We are becoming so eager to share the fun.
Yes, I think a trailer is imminent. And it might come, like, I was talking to a guy at work, and he's like, well, do you think it'll come for the Avengers movie? I was like, I think it'll show up slightly before that, but maybe they're waiting for Avengers Infinity War and
they did wait
show the big trailer.
The Black Panther is when the original...
Show the full
first
trailer,
one, right?
Yeah, the little teaser trailer.
The teaser trailer came out.
Yeah. And then... He says, May 25th, edit is locked, score done, right on schedule. Hope you check Solo out and find it fun. And then, what is this one? Yep.
Somebody must have.
Yeah, somebody asked him a question, I think, about, are we getting a trailer soon?
Oh, okay. Will there even be another trailer? He just says, yep.
Yep.
Well, usually you get at least 2.
Well, we got the teaser. That's all we really have now. Yeah, we're going to get a full trailer.
This guy's Twitter handle, Red2 standing by. It's very close.
You should be watching our podcast, Red2 standing by.
Should be watching.
Is that you, Wedge?
Here's another picture. Solo VFX review with ILM today at Skywalker Ranch.
So doing some industrial light and magic work.
Oh yeah,
it's really cool that they're actually like getting things done on time and actually ahead of schedule.
Yeah, that makes me good. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times Ron Howard's watched it.
He's walking.
I like that picture of him, and he's got a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away in front of him.
Working on the opening graphics up at Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do the open. I'm guessing the opening of this one's going to be him going to the Imperial Academy. You know, the what we saw in the trailer, kind of like Rogue One is Rey or is Jyn Erso, younger Jyn Erso, because they don't do the crawler for the Star Wars story.
I bet they might do the crawl for Han Solo.
Oh, really?
Oh, you've heard they might do it?
That maybe Ron Howard wanted to put it in
granted,
there.
We have a sampling of one that didn't have a crawler. And so it doesn't mean not...
Small sample size,
yeah, small sample size, one. Doesn't mean all of them aren't going to have a crawler. But I just thought that was like going to be the thing, was the saga had the crawler.
The more I think about it, it should just be left up to, aside from the sagas, which should always have
a crawler, yeah.
The individual movies, or, the spin-offs, or whatever you want to call them, Star Wars stories, it should be left up to the director, if you ask me, if they want the crawler.
Yeah, I guess, I agree with you there, but if they don't do it, then there's got to be some, like, in the past.
Right, a little time jump,
and then a time jump.
I think we're going to see Kid Han Solo.
So do I, because I think that's the scene where he's like talking about, I'm going to be the best pilot in the galaxy or whatever, and he's at the academy. I don't think that's
Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know.
I don't think that's him. I think he's like 50, like in that one he's like 12 or 13 trying to get in, and they're probably like, man, kid, you get out of here or whatever.
Right. Yeah. But he says, I'm pinching myself a few times a day as we put on the finishing touches. So he's actually surprised that they're getting this, ahead of schedule. And
well, he's getting excited for him.
And I think I think he's very proud of what he made. So I think if he's proud of what he did, it should be a good movie.
Ron Howard's an excellent director,
and he's a perfectionist, and he's a guy that likes to have it. If he's not going to put I think he would have scrapped it if he thought it wasn't good.
Right, I think,
or tried to at least, but like, hey, this isn't working.
Or just not signed on if he didn't think he could do it.
Yeah,
right.
So I don't know why people are so afraid. Just because the first two guys got let go for creative differences, and they had to reshoot a bunch of the movie, that's not something not out of the norm.
Yeah, no.
That happens all the time in Hollywood. Right. You just don't hear about it because it's not as big of a
huge movie, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you really look at the movies put out every year, every single year, how many of them are huge hits and how many of them are duds? I bet there's way more duds
than
there are hits.
Because there's movies that I've seen in the trailers, and then a couple weeks later I hear nothing about them.
Right, but they're just smaller movies, so you're right, you just don't hear about it because it doesn't have a fan base.
Yeah.
Already.
Like, does anyone remember, what was that? The Saving Mary or whatever, the Saving Grace or something like that. It's like John Wick, but with like a woman, and she was shooting guys up. What is that guy?
Atomic Blonde?
No,
not that one.
That
one didn't last long in the theater though. I wanted to see it, and then
me too.
I know it was out of the theaters. Like, okay,
it's on HBO right now.
Oh,
I haven't watched it, but I want to watch it. But I actually wanted to see that one in the theater. Yeah, it was in and out so fast. But I mean, you look at. What's the new movie that just came? Well, you take Tomb Raider, for example. There was a little bit of hype coming up to it. As soon as it hit theaters, I heard nothing.
Yeah. Static.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I
didn't even know it was
white noise.
I didn't even know it was in the theaters. What was the other one I was talking to a guy at work about? And he's like, that's in the theater now. I'm like, it is?
Like A Wrinkle in Time?
No.
Like that one? Like there was all kinds of trailers.
Yeah.
Like when I'd go to see other movies for it, but since it's been released, I haven't heard a word. Which means it's probably not that good.
Yeah, probably.
Or it wasn't very, well liked.
Which I've heard. I've actually heard about it, and I've heard that it's not well liked at all. So
there's way more duds.
Yeah.
So
well,
getting back to my point, like it's just there's more focus on it with a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie, or because those have fan bases built in.
Sure.
So you're gonna hear good or bad once the movie comes out.
Yeah.
Like, whereas other movies, they just sort of disappear if they're not good. If they're good, you'll hear about it.
Yeah, like that Valerium, and then like the
City of a Thousand Planets.
Yeah. Which wasn't, I watched it after it was out on, I think it's on Amazon Prime right now. It's not bad. It's not good. They just threw stuff in there for special effects reasons. But then the same like Wonderland and stuff like that. Just they were like bombs at the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you take
maybe it was the Tomb Raider one. I didn't know it was already out. It's like, it's out already?
Ready Player One that just came out. I've heard a lot of good things about it from critics. Like I've actually read and seen things pop up.
Yeah, and I don't listen to critics very often, but
like good things about it. I've also heard like other people say, well, it's okay, so at least that movie has a little bit of like buzz behind it after it's been out. Whereas some movies, they come and go and you never like, oh, that movie's already out. Kong Skull Island last year was one of those movies. Like the hype leading up to it was great, and then all of a sudden, like it came out and like crickets.
It was actually a pretty good movie.
It's a good movie though.
I like that. I like that movie.
It wasn't bad.
The movie the part about the movie I don't like is really the human element.
Yeah.
Of the movie.
Well, the Samuel L. Jackson character was just annoying.
Let's be honest. In any monster movie, it's never the human element is always not what you're coming to go see. That was the biggest problem with the Godzilla movie. Was it was too much humans, and that was everyone's problem with it.
Oh yeah, not enough. And Godzilla was always just dark and in the shadows, and you never really saw him.
I mean, at least you got to see Kong.
But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
back to Star Wars.
Back to Star Wars.
But we have a exclusive solo Denny's commercial featuring Sabak game and a new creature. We're just gonna play it real quick.
Well, new creatures.
Of course, new creatures. Blue milk.
Chewy.
That guy's pretty cool.
Sure hope your hand's better than his. Why don't you worry about your own hand? Why don't I do this?
It's like a couple of kids acting like they're Han Solo and
Lando. Yeah.
I'm not giving you Chewbacca. Got Han Solo? Done.
Collect all 12 exclusive trading cards and try a new movie-inspired menu only at Denny's.
You can get trading cards at Denny's?
Yep.
I don't like Denny's.
You can just go have
I'll just have to see if I can find them online at some point.
Very, very cool little trailer, though.
Yeah.
Right, I like some of the creatures in there.
Yeah, and I like the guy with, like, the freaking 8 eyes.
6 eyes.
6 eyes? I think it's, 6 eyes. Yeah, he's like... looking around.
Also, there's a couple of them that are reminiscent of, like, the little mosquito-looking guy. I think is the same creatures we saw in...
Maz's Castle?
Maz's Castle from...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Force Awakens.
I wouldn't mind that either. I mean, if you're gonna like the Han Solo, drag some of the creatures and the species from the new movies into the past.
Yeah.
That's another way to do it besides bringing the old ones into the future.
Yeah.
Right. And also, I saw the one that laid down his hand first. And, you know, the kid's like, I hope you have a better hand than this guy. He looked like one of the pod racers from Phantom Menace.
Yeah, he does.
With, you know, it's got that sort of like razor teeth, sort of like a saw blade mouth.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find him.
He's right
there.
there.
That guy. He's kind of like a crocodile.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But his teeth stick out the side of his face.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like one of the pod racer species.
A little bit, yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch Phantom Menace. But,
yeah.
But when I first saw him, it was like, hey, it kind of reminds me of one of those creatures.
Yeah, he does. The mosquito guys just remind me of a Gant, probably because they're both insectoids. You know, Zuckus's race.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they remind me of.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool little commercial.
Yeah, it's a fun commercial.
Yeah, we have new trading cards confirm the name of Solo Star Wars stories.
Yeah, so these are the pictures from the
Denny's.
The Denny's trading cards. It gives us some of the characters' names in it as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So
yeah, 'cause there's
we have Val, which is the lady with the Imperial, who had the Imperial thing on her arm. You can just put
the pictures up. So
yeah.
People can see them.
We have Therm Scissor Punch.
Weird name.
I like that guy's name.
That's kind of like Taserface.
yeah.
A little bit like Taserface.
But at least cooler than Taserface.
Yeah.
Moloch. Who's that guy?
It kind of looks like he has like the Zuckus like robes.
Yeah.
And garb, just a different head.
Of course, Han Solo.
Yeah. I like
the
that
Mud
guy.
Trooper.
The Mud Trooper's pretty cool looking.
It looks like he's got like a gas mask on. I mean, that looks like it filters like toxic.
Do you see a little
air.
Do you see a little bit of Kylo Ren's
visor? Yeah.
In that picture, yeah.
Well, just a little bit.
Just a touch.
Yeah.
So that's
just a layered touch, that sort of layered effect.
And then we have Kira, Lando, Calrissian, Range Trooper, which is still one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'd like to see a 6-scale figure of that from the Sideshow guys.
Chewbacca and Han Solo. That's it? Who's the villain?
He's on there. He's on that. You gotta. I don't know if you can read it from there. He's on the left there on the bottom left.
Enfys Nest. Yeah, he's bottom left, and then they have the 6-eyed
guy over there.
Aha! I can zoom in. So yeah, we have Mud Trooper, Therm Scissor Punch, L337, Angus Six Eyes Panics is that guy's name. And then this guy's just Enfys Nest.
Yep.
Or lady. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
I think that's the character that, what the hell's his face? The guy who plays Vision was brought into play that the other guy couldn't come back to do the reshoots.
Yeah.
So they had to let him go, and then they brought in Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany.
He's a great actor.
To do that Enfys Nest part, I think.
Yeah, because I haven't seen him anywhere else.
Yeah.
So he's got to be in a mask.
Yeah.
And that's it. So hold on, let's real quick go through some extra chatter. Let's go look up Rogue One's stuff.
We were talking right before we started this about Luke Skywalker, whether or not he's really dead.
Right.
But we all agree that I think he's dead. But then we're also kind of like, why does he, Obi-Wan, and Yoda all disappear, but Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't disappear when he dies? They have to. Don't they burn him?
Yeah.
Or is he just in I can't remember.
No, he's burned.
Yeah, they burn him right at Naboo.
Uh-huh.
So why is it that he didn't disappear and the other 3 did when they passed away?
Right, and my theory is that
and I agree
it was
with your
their
theory.
It was their time to go. So
or they were
Yoda
willingly
died,
letting go into the Force.
Right.
Did Yoda disappear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yoda's clothes just fit they just gently fall down into his bed.
Yep. Obi-Wan just poof.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
I still argue that Darth Vader doesn't strike Obi-Wan down. Obi-Wan lets go right as the lightsaber's about ready to hit him.
He winks himself
out.
Yeah. I mean, and there's the other Jedi from Revenge of the Sith that you have to, talk about too.
Right, but it wasn't their time.
It wasn't their time. They were being killed.
Before.
Yeah, they were being hunted down. Where Obi-Wan was like, when he allowed Darth Vader to strike him, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with you. I think they were becoming one with the Force, and it was a conscious decision to do that.
Right.
Where other people dying, like Qui-Gon Jinn, wasn't making that decision. He was fighting Darth Maul, and he just happened to get killed.
Yeah. Yes. Now, you guys are saying, like, if Luke Skywalker is actually alive and not dead, and how that would be possible.
The only reason I have a argument for that is if he's already willed himself into the Force and he's gone, how does he keep the dice projection going? Because Kylo picks those up after Luke disappears.
Yeah.
And they're there, and then they fade away. So there's a little bit of an argument there that if you wanted to, you could say he's not really dead.
Well, I think,
you wanted to.
Yeah, Jay said something along the lines of how would he block Rey's shots, right? When
they're fighting.
Yeah. How would he block them? I was saying, what if while she went away, he pulled up that X-wing?
And
just
flew back off to Tatooine.
Yeah.
And then what you're seeing is just a force projection of him on Octo. Like a dual force projection. I mean, there's you could if J.J. Abrams absolutely wanted Luke Skywalker
to come back,
still be alive in his movie, there's a way to do it.
He could, yes.
You can do it because Rian Johnson left you little things
that you could use
to bring him back to life.
Right. It'd be jumping some sharks.
Oh yeah,
but
it would take a definite explanation and. You would have to grab people by the hand, okay, this is how it happened.
How it happened, yeah.
A little bit, right? You have to lead them to it, but
I don't think it's gonna happen.
No,
I think he's gonna be in the movies, but he's gonna be a forced ghost that Rey talks to.
Yeah, probably.
And maybe even Kylo he goes to. I don't know.
I would actually like to see that side of it more, where he's haunting Kylo.
He's haunting Kylo,
just totally screwing with him,
just making it more crazy.
Right.
Do you think Yoda will make an appearance again to Rey and
I would rather see, because I think you could do it. I would rather see digitally remastered, and you can find a voice actor that can do his voice.
Just get the same guy who was
Guinness.
Just get the same
Obi-Wan
guy who was
Kenobi.
in Rebels to play as Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he did a really good job.
Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice, though, of the guy who did it for when they did the scene with Darth Maul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just get that guy.
Get that guy to do the voice, and you can do the ghost projection or the force ghost way better than like what you did with Leia and Tarkin in
right.
Because it's all fuzzy anyway,
digital.
and it's like it's already looks digital. So
right.
And I'd love to see Alec Guinness.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Now I did hear somewhere like, well, it was like the force ghosts that you see are only what you know of them. So like, depending on when you saw them last, that's what you would see them as.
Yeah, so if maybe Chewbacca or something. Well, I guess he wouldn't go to. Well, he wouldn't go to Rey then, because Rey doesn't know who Obi-Wan is.
Yeah, unless there's like some kind of
Chewbacca. He's the only one left.
Unless there's a hologram that they could pull up of Ewan McGregor, and then.
But if you look at Rey's Force vision in Force Awakens, Obi-Wan at the very end says these are her first steps. That's his voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You hear the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan's voice.
Here we hear Alec Guinness say Rey.
Rey, yeah.
And then you hear Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan voice. These are her first steps.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I mean, could Obi-Wan appear to
Rey
as a Force ghost? And
I don't know.
She'd be like,
why
"Who the hell
not?
are you?"
Yeah, she could be like, "Who are you?"
Right.
Yeah.
I am the one who taught Luke.
I mean, and then there's also the whole,
Luke master.
Where is Anakin's Force ghost? Because it's out there. He is out there.
Yeah.
Walking around. So
I wouldn't mind seeing that too. Maybe Anakin's Force ghost talks to. I mean, we're getting a lot of Force ghosts here. But talks to Kylo.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Because he could be. Kylo would be totally like, "Who are you?"
I'm like, I'm your grandfather. Now sit down and listen up. You don't want to go down this path. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Or he could be the Darth Vader's Force ghost where he doesn't want to go down that path.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there is such a thing as Sith ghosts.
They did kind of make it where Darth Vader more redeemed himself, and then so that he was able to become a Force ghost. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but there could be like two, like, his one side and the other side.
Because once you're one with the Force, it's your whole being. So it's whoever you really were.
Yeah, I guess think. So.
Who knows? It's all however they want to write it.
I almost think this next movie is gonna concentrate on Kylo trying to snuff out what remains of the rebellion. His mom, Rey, everybody.
Yeah. Trying
to snuff them out. And he's going to use, I hope, his Knights of Ren to do that.
Yeah.
They'll become sort of like the Inquisitors sent out to just slay people.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to, I don't know, maybe we just get away from so much of like the Force lore in this next movie, and it's just focused mainly on
characters.
The character battles between
Rey and Ren.
Antagonist and the protagonist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're still going to get Luke Force Ghost, but I think that's probably it.
Right. I mean, it just depends on how they would use him.
Granted, you could get all
and what the time gap is between Last Jedi and this next movie.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be one. It's not going to be immediately after. There'll be a time gap.
Yeah, there's got to be a time jump.
At least 4 years. I'm guessing 3 or 4.
You could.
Yeah, because you got to build up the forces for the Resistance again, or
and the
First Order. So
you could make like a big revelation scene, or like something that really awakens Rey's powers, being all 4 of them coming to her. And heck, you could even bring in some Qui-Gon Jinn if you want.
You know what I would like to actually see Rey go back to the temple on Coruscant, and then that's where they appear, like in the room, the council room.
That would be good.
Like she walks in there, and then that's where the 4 Force ghosts would appear: Luke, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Anakin, and they would be the ones there.
That would be cool. That would be very cool, especially seeing what Coruscant looks like now.
Right.
Would be really cool.
Yeah, years later. I mean, years since we've seen it since Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, and also like what would have they done? That was a terrible sentence, but to the Jedi Temple in all that time. Would they completely knock it down and try to do something else with it, or would they keep it there as
I like
a
to see it
symbol of
mostly
respect?
dilapidated. I like to see it mostly dilapidated, just like the tower still remains where their council chamber was.
Yeah, maybe there's like a big. Well, I guess that would be gone now, but there would be a big Kylo Ren statue out front or something. I'm guessing the Emperor put a big giant statue of himself out front of it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It got torn down after the
right. Yeah, that would have been torn down.
Yeah, we saw statues of the Emperor being torn down.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
is Coruscant? It's still there, right?
Yeah,
the First Order didn't destroy Coruscant when they shot all those.
No, that wasn't part of Hosnian Prime and all those planets.
Okay. But no, because like it would be really cool to see like those sets, even though they were mostly green screened.
Yeah.
I mean, you got better effects now, so like you could do a lot more with them.
Right.
And seeing those, grand hallways and the big library and everything.
It would
like
just
that
be cool
again.
to tie the prequels somehow to the new trilogy.
Yeah.
Like the sequel trilogy.
Not completely ignore the prequels because they have their own place.
Right.
Yep. Except for Attack of the Clones, screw that one. But
actually, 50% of that movie is awesome.
Yeah, true.
Attack of
the
Clones?
Other 50 is horrible.
Yeah. Obi-Wan, like, just watch Obi-Wan.
The Obi-Wan investigating scene, awesome. Yeah. When he's doing his investigative work and following Jango Fett and stuff, great.
And then like maybe like
then you get the
maybe like 49%. So 51% is good. 49% because the 1% that's good from that other half of the movie is when Anakin goes and kills the Tusken Raiders. It's the only other good scene. But yeah, it would be really cool to see, Coruscant again with the council room and everything like that.
Yeah, maybe it's like Jay said, all dilapidated and falling apart, and they just left it.
But the
ruins.
chairs are still kind of there, and you could tell when you walk in that's where it.
As long as they don't have Force Ghost freaking.
Ki-Adi-Mundi?
No.
Mace Windu?
Mace Windu. I hated that character.
I don't
think Yoda liked Mace Windu much.
No.
He was just a jerk.
I don't think Yoda liked him either. Because, I
just don't like his, I just never liked the character because he was always arrogant and kind of just a jerk to everybody.
Yeah, I think that's why Yoda probably didn't like him.
Right. I think Mace Windu is more on the side of, Pong Krell as far as, attitudes.
Yeah.
You remember Pong Krell wanted to use the Force to destroy, to beat the whoever.
Yeah.
He used it for attack, not defense.
Yeah, and then he, of course, sacrificed multiple clones.
Right.
For his own bidding.
Yeah, because they're just clones.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think Mace Windu is sort of down that path. I mean, Mace Windu probably wasn't too far from turning like Dooku. I mean, if he wanted to, or at least using some of the dark side stuff.
Well, that's why his lightsaber was actually purple, was because he did use some dark side elements in his fighting style and his Force techniques. So that was our theory little bit for episode 9.
A little bit of hopes and what we want to see.
Yeah.
We always talk about that stuff, and it seems to change a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Over the time that we talk about it. Rogue One, by the way, did reach the $1 billion milestone. And it says, becoming the 28th title and 13th Disney film to do so. Rogue One needed 39 days to cross the mark with $512 domestically million dollars domestically and $499 million international.
What was its final box office take? Do you know?
Let's see if maybe it's in this website.
Just like the total for the whole movie throughout its at the theaters.
Go away. Let's see. Looking for it.
Well, there's Force Awakens.
Yeah, which made $2.07 billion. And then Phantom Menace made 1.3 billion, 1.03 billion. Let's see here.
Doesn't give an exact number. It looks like it just says it crossed the $1 billion mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you probably just look at...
It's probably just over.
If you just look up, like...
Exact.
Yeah, it did better than Phantom Menace.
Oh, here we go. Box Office Mojo. It made...
That's
so domestic total gross. Where's the...
right there. 1.05.
1.05. 1 million.
1 billion.
1
billion,
billion,
56 million, $57,273.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's a success.
So I don't think.
And if Han Solo comes anywhere near the $1 billion mark,
yeah, I think if it gets,
I think it's going to get in between 875 and 950.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the competition, so it won't last as long on the theater, and there's more competition, so it's got bigger headways.
Yeah.
But if it's really good, then it can also make more.
And how rewatchable it will be will
yes.
play a huge role. Like if you want to go back because
Rogue One I saw
certain
twice
scenes are
because
just
I had to.
So awesome, or you need to go back because you need like some clarification about some scenes. I mean, those are all the things that keep people.
Last Jedi did better than Rogue One, but barely.
So I guess it's out of the theater now.
Yeah, it made 1.3 billion.
Yeah, it's a dying franchise.
Yeah,
sure. Quit making these movies.
Yeah, sure.
They're not making any money.
Yeah, they're failing horribly.
Yeah, when it costs you about $200 million to make it, and you bring back $1 billion. I'll take that deal every day of the week.
I do find it interesting how they don't tell you what the production budget though was.
Nowadays, these type of movies, around $200 million is the production.
And that usually doesn't include the marketing side of it. So you have
Rogue One had $200 million production budget.
Yeah.
But Last Jedi didn't have any.
Yeah, it may come out later.
Yeah, they might have not released that number based on marketing and stuff.
Can you look at Force Awakens?
Yeah. Last Jedi. Okay.
On that same kind of website?
Yeah. Just go to Box Office Mojo.
I just want to see if they have the
production
budgets were on that. I know that one made $2 billion.
Yeah, it was over $2 billion.
That was a big hit.
2.07.
Well, yeah, because it was the movie
245. So more than likely, The Last Jedi is probably close to the same.
It almost reached $1 billion just domestically.
Yes. Force Awakens did really well.
I mean, makes sense though because it was a movie that a lot of people thought would never come.
Yeah, it was the total anticipation movie.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that Episode 7 would never happen ever because Lucas himself said it won't happen.
Yeah.
I won't make Episode 7.
Then he sold the franchise, and Disney's like, "We're gonna make it."
yeah. Right. Which was crazy.
You gotta wonder if George Lucas has any regrets about it.
He sold it for $4 billion.
I know he sold it. Not about the money, but about him
having
creative control. Could have made it himself.
Yeah, maybe.
Just for fun.
Well, losing the creative control of what he started, it would be hard to do.
I mean,
but $4 billion in my bank account, after taxes, $2 billion in my bank account would make me happy.
Yeah. Here's a question: do you think we'll ever see George Lucas take on, say, a solo film, not Han Solo film, but a standalone story?
Standalone story.
I mean,
as a director.
I mean, he could, and that would be really interesting to see him do maybe bring his original concepts because have you ever watched there's a little video out there of what Lucas would have done if he were to make the 7th, 8th, and 9th movies. Have you ever seen those?
No.
Seriously, go look them up if you guys have never seen it. It's on YouTube. It's basically I think it's from Mr. Sunday Movies, actually. He's basically reading through what Lucas would have done, because he sent out these manuscripts of what he would have done if he made 7th, 8th, and 9th. And it would be really interesting to see if he could just, bring those, those story ideas into kind of a solo movie, or maybe even, if they want to, make his own trilogy if he wants.
I'd just like to see him maybe tackle a Star Wars story type movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just does whatever he wants, and maybe a character he always wanted to do a movie about or something.
Right, and maybe it's something along the lines of just called the Battle of Kashyyyk, and you get to see how the Wookiees were enslaved and stuff. Yeah. Who knows? But
what's crazy right there is that you're looking at that one.
A New Hope.
$700 million, $775 million worldwide. That was back in 1976. I mean, if you put inflation numbers on that, that's probably like a $3 or $4 billion movie.
Yeah.
In today's money.
Yeah. And production budget was only $11 million.
But the crazy thing about that was how long it was on the theaters.
Right.
It was out for like a year. Like it stayed on the theater for over a year because there was only 5 or 6 movies made a year back then.
Like.
Now there's like, well, yeah, that got to the theater. There's probably only about 5 or there's probably like 12 or 20 or something. Yeah. But nowadays there's
a few a month.
There's like 4 a month nowadays.
Oh, there's more than that.
Or 10 a month.
There's like 4 a week almost.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like some weeks there's like 3 movies released.
So
every week. You don't hear about
Empire Strikes Back made less, and then Return of the Jedi, I think might have been the largest.
Oops. So this one was made on $18 million.
Yeah, so a little higher budget, but it only made $500 million. So it's
still pretty good.
Back then.
Yeah.
And then Return of the
Jedi.
Jedi.
1980. Right.
Of the Jedi.
And then that one did better than what's it called?
No, it actually did.
I know it did less than Empire Strikes Back. I'm surprised.
Huh. But it was actually on a higher budget as well.
Yeah, the budget always got higher and higher because you got
0.5.
You had all this money that you made of profit that you made from the first ones.
Right, so you got to up your budget because you made more money the last time.
It cost more money to make it as the years will go on.
Each year. Technology kept getting better, so you kept using the technology available.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace made $1 billion.
It made 2 point.
No, it didn't make 2. It made $1 billion. Just over $1 billion.
Just over $1 billion.
Just over, yeah. 1.02.
Again, that was another highly anticipated movie. Like, oh, we're finally getting another Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I guarantee there's a big drop off after the
Attack of the Clones.
Well, just because people are really disappointed with the Phantom Menace.
Hold on.
Yeah.
6, yeah.
6,
half.
Half.
Not quite half. Yeah, about 40% drop off.
And then Revenge of the Sith.
I bet that one went up a little.
It might have.
Of the Sith.
Just because people anticipated seeing more Darth Vader, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. Yeah. A little bit more. I mean, and that is a better movie. It's my personal favorite from the prequels.
I like the first one.
I like Phantom Menace, and then that one. And Attack of the Clones is the last one.
It's on the bottom of my list.
Of all Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, completely on the bottom of the Star Wars list, period.
Yeah.
All right.
But very interesting. We got to learn about the box office successes of all of the different Star Wars movies.
Yep. All right.
So,
should we wrap this up?
I guess we'll see, what Solo has to offer. So yeah, that's it for episode 49 of Red 2 Chatter. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you, and what is our Facebook page?
You can check us out on Facebook at Red 2 Chatter. Also, my personal page, Jay Wilson by Design, over on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm always waiting for you to say your Twitter, but you never do.
Not anymore.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube as well under Major Glitterix. Just got done recording some more Persona 5. We're so close to the end of that game. I can taste it. So I'm very excited to be finally done with that game and moving on to another JRPG that I can pour another 100 hours into. I'm always looking forward to that. So yeah, please go check me out. Link down in the description below. And that will be all for today. So we will see you guys all next time for episode 50. Bye.
Woohoo.
Did you get it?
No, not yet.